Well, welcome, friends. You can see we're still on the ground here. What does that usually mean? Well, it means we're going to do a full flight video today. I've upped the volume. Somebody just started up an engine. I've upped the volume on my mic because I noticed it was a little bit quiet last time. Hopefully it works. Anyway, you can see our beautiful November 343 Bravo Whiskey Cessna Citation Longitude C700. And we love our November 343 Bravo Whiskey. Isn't she pretty? Anyway, we're going to do something a little adventurous today. We're going to play an IFR flight plan, but with a visual approach. No RNAV, no VOR, no ILS, no nothing. So we'll see what happens. Where are we going, you ask? We're going to Napa. We're still in Mammoth Yosemite KMMH, and we're headed to KAPC, Kilo Alpha Papa Charlie. Hopefully the sim stays stable. It behaved itself on the last flight. Hopefully it behaves itself on this flight, but we're going to take this 184 nautical mile flight to Napa. Let's get her fired up. Fix our cameras. While I'm thinking about it, let's bring up the VFR map now, because I'd rather have it crash now than in the middle of the flight. Here's our route. You can see it's about as simple as it gets. Visual. We'll have to handle the approach into Napa ourselves. The plan is to land at runway 19 right. Winds are out of the south-southwest right now in Napa. So, weather's perfect. Beautiful here in Yosemite and beautiful in Napa. So I figured if there's ever an occasion to do a visual approach, let's try it. Batteries. Should be seeking IFR clearance.
Oral warning, okay.
But you never know what's going to happen. All right. Correct the altimeter. 3026. We'll wait for that. I'll zoom in here. Hopefully the sim, if it plays nice. APU.
TAWS system test.
Good. Start
okay.
the right engine. Open the fuel valve. Bust tie. Open. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get clearance to take off. It should be calling for IFR clearance. We'll be flying at 28,000 feet, so that's an IFR flight. Time will tell. I guess for now, we're already at 7,120 feet. We'll go ahead and preset our altimeter to 14,000. I'm sorry, altitude indicator to 14,000. Set our VS at 3,500. And set our speed at manual off of FMS and set 195. Right engine nicely up. Left. I can never seem to remember. There we go. See our numbers here? Looking good. Notch of flaps. The indicator there. Parking brake is still on. That's good. Always want that. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen on this flight. This is an adventure, but that's what the sim's all about. Going outside your comfort zone. Let's go ahead and head over here. Set nav source to GPS. Bearing 1 to GPS. PFD settings. Wind option 2. Speed bugs. VR 140. Enter. And VY's 195. Enter. And VAB's 132. 5,900 foot long runway at Napa. That's plenty long. Should be able to handle that. All right, friends. Engines are started. Let's go ahead and kill the APU, kill the starters. Don't need those anymore. All we have on our annunciator panel is the parking brake indicator. So we're ready to go. So we'll go ahead and announce taxi. Hopefully the sim works. It's always an open question. Ground services. Request pushback? Is that an option? No, it's not. So we'll tune radio. Oh, we can request IFR clearance.
Riverside Radio Cessna November, Tree 4 Tree Bravo, Whiskey IFR.
The AI should have handled that.
Cessna November, Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey is cleared to Napa Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 14,000 feet.
It's good.
Departure frequency is 125.75, squawk tree 117.
I guessed our clearance
Clearance
altitude.
point 30 minutes from now.
Zoom in on the MFD. All right, good. At least we'll have assistance. Let's turn on our static. You know, it's not working. I mean, it's not automatically acknowledging it.
Cessna November, Tree 4 Tree Bravo.
The settings are
Whiskey
changing
cleared
all the
to Napa
time.
Airport as
Every
filed.
time this is the second
Climb and
time in a
maintain
row that
14,000 feet.
I've come online and
Departure
it's
is 125.75,
settings have changed.
Squawk tree 117. Clearance
all right. In any
30
case,
minutes from now.
the winds appear to be out of the
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey
southeast.
readback correct. Good day.
So let's see. What runway am I taking off from? Taxi or announce takeoff departing. Well, let's announce taxi first.
Kilo Mike
Let's see if we get
Hotel,
ribbons.
Traffic Cessna November, Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey is taxiing to runway 27.
So they want us taking off to the west. Interesting. Let's go ahead and fix our camera real fast. Well, this is going to be an adventure, friends. Parking brake off. We're not getting any ribbons. Well, I mean, why should I take off on runway 27 if the winds are... No. I'll do what they say. I'm going to decapitate these guys real quick. Not getting any ribbons. Interesting. All right. Well, listen, the trauma of the NVIDIA patch, or the NVIDIA driver update, has left me just grateful to have it be working at all. So I guess they want us to take off from runway 27. Or that's what the sim wants us to do anyway. So that's what we'll do, even though it's a 15-knot tailwind. This could be interesting. Just saw a little bit of a stutter. I don't know if that'll come through on the video. Hopefully that's not a bad sign. I don't know. We're rolling out. Interesting. Yeah, winds are coming right at us, 10 knots. I don't like that at all. I don't like to take off with a 10-knot tailwind, do you? Well, we'll see what happens. Boy, those mountains look good, don't they? Wow. Ooh, there's a trail. Look at that trail. I want to run that trail. All right. This is going to be a very adventurous exercise. I'm telling you in advance. Shows us doing 32 knots. We're not really doing 32 knots. It's just that we're heading into a 13-knot wind. Oh, God, this goes against everything I know and hold dear. Taking off the 10-knot tailwind. Why are they making us do this? Local time, 4:46. 16:46 hours. 23, actually, I guess 4:47. 23:47 UTC. We're going to need every inch of this runway. And any pilot at this airport is going to wonder, what in the hell am I doing? Taking off towards the west, and the winds are out of the east. Well, this is what the sim wants. This is what the sim gets. All right. Yes, we are approaching runway 27. Let's go ahead and... oh, I forgot to turn on our taxi lights. Excuse me while I sneeze. Pardon me. Good grief. All right, landing lights, pulse. Well, light her all up. What do you say? Okay, this goes against everything I know, and I don't like it, but we're going to do it. I'm going to get on our timer page. Again, just think big picture. think it not CTD. He's coming. Oh boy, this could be interesting. I'm gonna hold the brakes just because we're gonna need the extra speed with a 10-knot tailwind. All right. God, what am I doing? What am I getting myself into? All right, zoom out. Switch to nav mode. And we already got our speed issues addressed in VS. So, all right, friends, buckle up. Here we go. I'm gonna hold the brakes. Take her up to 40%. Numbers look good. Release. Oh boy, 13-knot tailwind now. Acknowledge. Oh boy. All right, we got our speed. We got our speed. We're okay. Rotates. Positive rate, gear up. Okay, we're good. Autopilot. Auto throttle. Our speed back up. Just realized I forgot to announce that we were taking off. To Oakland Center. Contact Oakland Center.
Oakland Center
Flaps retracted.
34 Tree Bravo Whiskey is passing 9,500 feet, climbing 14,000 feet.
Our speed up to 2. 10.
Oakland Center altimeter 30.26 continue as planned.
I'm going to set our altitude at 160 above our set assigned altitude, just so we don't unnecessarily stop climbing. It's beautiful. There's the moon in its correct phase. Hopefully the sim stays stable. Fantastic. Got some chop. Take up to 240. And now that we're above 10,000, actually, I'm going to take us all the way up to 280. Might as well, the benefits of taking off from a high-altitude airport. After takeoff, checklists, gears up, flaps retracted, lights set. Come on, give me instructions. Climb, climb, climb.
Cessna Tree, Bravo
Nice.
Whiskey climb and maintain flight level 200.
Up to 200 with your whiskey, and we'll set 220 just so, again, we don't unnecessarily stop. I think I forgot to start our timer. I did. It's all right. We're a little off on that, but this is a full flight video, so you'll know exactly when I took off and if it happens at all.
Bravo Whiskey, did you copy?
Oh, sorry. This is annoying. I gotta
Climb and maintain flight level.
reset
200
the
Cessna
auto
Tree
acknowledge feature, but I'm not gonna do it now because I don't want to drop to a window. Let's go and zoom out on the MFD. Set it at 35. Set our speed at 310. Already showing us just 155 nautical miles. We're going up to 28,000 feet, which would ordinarily
American 2802, contact Oakland
require us to
Center,
begin a descent at about 93 miles out. Transition altitude. Set 29902.
Going to 121.25 American 2802.
So as we close in here on 200, I've got 220 set, climbing at 3,600 feet per minute. We should get a transmission from ATC to continue our climb, hopefully up to 280, our cruising altitude. Right about now.
Cessna Tree, Bravo Whiskey
Nice.
climb and maintain flight level 280.
Here it is. That's our cruising altitude. Gotta remember to acknowledge that. Shouldn't have to do that. Should do that automatically, but
280 Cessna Tree, Bravo.
I'll deal with it. We're gonna take our speed up to 315. Let's go outside for a second. Hopefully this doesn't CTD us. Beautiful Yosemite Valley. Checkerboard. All right, we're going to be at 280 here. We're climbing at 3,500 feet per minute.
Cessna Tree, Bravo Whiskey, contact Oakland Center on 121.25. Good day.
2125. Rose Giggity.
Going to 121.25 Cessna Tree, Bravo Whiskey.
Anyway, we're climbing at 3,500 feet per minute. We should be at our cruising altitude of 28,000 feet in about 70 seconds.
Oakland Center, Cessna November, Tree 4 Tree, Bravo Whiskey is passing flight level.
I don't like having to do that
255,
myself.
flight level
It's
280.
really irritating.
Cessna November, Tree 4 Tree, Bravo Whiskey, Oakland Center. Continue as planned.
I like the distance interference static. That's awesome. It really looks fantastic. That, wow. Beautiful. Heading over the Sierras. Wondering if I should up my LOD to 200, I don't know, or 150, because this, see that? That looks pretty shitty. But listen to me. My God, I'm just, you know, it hasn't CTD'd. Let's focus on the positives. Switch over to Mach mode as we close in on 28,000 feet here. Or 0.79, we'll take it up to 0.800.
American 280.
I show us at 131, 131 miles, nautical miles out.
Good day.
So airport, already getting the ATIS announcement from Betty. Airport elevation is just 36 feet. It's at sea level.
For American 2802.
So we're going to use the standard protocol here. 90 miles, 27, 80 miles, 24, 70 miles, 21, all the way down to 30 miles, 9,000, 20 miles, 6,000, 10 miles, 3,000. And then we'll just enter the pattern. I mean, this is the plan. I don't know. This is the plan. God knows.
Cessna Tree, Bravo Whiskey, contact Oakland Center on 126.85. Good day.
2685 for 3 Bravo Whiskey. Get it?
126.85 for Cessna Tree, Bravo Whiskey.
Now we'll contact Oakland Center. The endless world of handoffs.
Oakland Center, Cessna November, Tree 4 Tree, Bravo Whiskey, flight level 280.
We're cruising at flight level 280, 28,000 feet.
Bravo Whiskey, Oakland Center. Continue as planned. Alaska Flight 80, contact
I think we can squeeze a little more speed out of this girl, so we're going to take her up to 0.81.
Good day.
But at this altitude, that's about as much as we can hope for. Not our 0.84 we would normally prefer.
121.25
Check our showcase views.
Generic flight Alpha Victor contact Oakland Center on 121.25.
It's good.
Good day.
Let's see if let's tinker with that. We got a minute here, right? Camera. Showcase.
Going to 121.25.
Fixed. External 1. There you go. External 2. External 3. External 4. That's one of my favorites right there. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, is that pretty. Man, when this sim works, which is, you know, an open question, it is great. Minus 38 out, ISA 3 degrees Celsius. Just hoping for a stable sim. Stable sim. You can see right here we are right up on the barber pole. So this is just about as fast as we could hope to do right now without getting an overspeed warning. Honestly, I don't care about anything other than avoiding CTDs. Showing us already just 107 nautical miles out. I would expect to receive a descent instruction
Generic 4 Alpha Charlie, you are 71 miles southeast.
momentarily, like within a minute or two.
Maintain 10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 approach.
It might cancel IFR when we get below 18,000,
Clear to Lima, India, November.
just so we don't have to screw around with ATC. It's an uncontrolled airport.
Bravo Whiskey traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 10 generic. Report them in sight.
I don't see them. Right on top of us.
Cessna tree, Bravo Whiskey traffic alert. 2 o'clock less than 1 mile, flight level tree 10 generic. Report them in sight.
They're already past us, honey, but thanks for the update. Traffic in sight.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 16 approach via Lima, India.
Who's she
November
talking to?
transition. Clear to Lima, India, November generic 4 Alpha Charlie.
Oh, a fellow simmer. You gonna let me respond?
Cessna Tree, Bravo Whiskey traffic in sight.
We got a traffic alert and he said 33,000 feet. I think that's what she said anyway. 97 miles out. I do expect descent instructions any minute. We need to get descent instructions at 93 miles out.
Oakland Center, American 2028 is at flight level 300, descending 12,000 feet. American 2028 Oakland Center, continue at
Now 94 miles out. We should receive descent instructions. I need them.
Southwest 449er traffic.
God, the airspace is crowded. All these real-time traffic. Southwest, American, United, Alaska. I need descent instructions. Come on.
American 2028 traffic is 10 o'clock 3
Come on, Cessna 3 Whiskey, descend and maintain. I'm gonna have to do this myself if they don't talk to it soon.
Southwest 449er, contact Oakland
Oh my God, there's
Center.
so many airplanes. Northern California.
Good day.
Nothing?
Cessna Tree, Bravo
Yes.
Whiskey descend and maintain flight level 180.
On the 180, 3 Whiskey. Acknowledge that.
Descend and maintain flight level
Slow us.
180 Cessna Tree, Bravo Whiskey.
We'll begin descending. 2,000 feet per minute. See right here.
American 2028, have the traffic.
All right, well, this will be interesting, if nothing else. That's Stockton, California out there in the distance. Gonna get an overspeed warning. Slow us down there, honey. We're gonna switch over to out of Mach mode, speed mode. Set 310. I was trying to think about the last time I did a purely visual approach. No RNAV, no ILS, no nothing. And I couldn't remember, at least not in the longitude. So we'll see, assuming we make it to the airport without any CTDs. We are at 77 miles out. And keep in mind, at 70 miles out, we need to be at 21,000 feet. And we are currently at 25.2. So let's go ahead and slow down a little bit more and increase our descent rate to 2,400 feet per minute. A little steep, but we're doing it gently. Love the moon. Love that. Weather update. We took off, it was 48 degrees out of Mammoth. And in Napa, current weather is 68 degrees and sunny. And as I said, the wind's out of the southwest, 7 miles an hour. 70 miles out now, 23,400 feet. So we are high. So we'll slow down again to 290. We'll take our descent profile up to, or down to, 2,500 feet per minute. That's as steep as I'm willing to go. I'd rather slow down than go steeper, and we will slow down to 285. Showing us now about 14 and a half minutes from the airport as we close in on 18,000 feet where we were instructed to descend to. We'll make sure we don't have any unacknowledged calls. No, we don't.
3 miles east. Descend and maintain 4,100 feet. Expect ILS runway 28 right approach via ARCHI transition.
Crowded
Clear
skies.
to ARCHI.
At least we know that clear to.
Napa Tree, Bravo Whiskey, you are 3 miles east. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 19 right approach.
Okay, we'll descend to 6,000. We'll expect vectors to visual approach to runway 19 right. Sexta 3 Whiskey. Acknowledge that.
Visual runway 28 right approach.
Acknowledge assigned approach. Give me
Napa Tree, Bravo Whiskey, descend and maintain 3,100 feet.
down to 3,100. Sexta 3 Whiskey.
Descend and maintain 2,200.
Come on, let me acknowledge, honey.
Visual runway 28 right approach. Generic Niner Hotel.
59 miles out now, 19,200 feet, so we are
Descend and maintain 3,100
compensating
feet. Expect vectors, visual runway
for our high
19 right
approach. Slow to
Cessna
280.
Bravo Whiskey.
Generic Niner Hotel Papa. Contact Oakland.
Right over Stockton now.
127.45. Good day. Descend and maintain 4,100 feet. Expect ILS runway 28 right approach.
Oh, I'd love an ILS runway.
Transition.
Transition altitude.
American 2802.
We're below transition altitude.
127.45.
Slow to 275.
Hotel Papa.
And then down to 270.
2802. Contact Oakland Center.
Nearest altimeter 3012. Let's see if that's right.
Good day.
Yes, 3013 came in. Very good. So we know live weather's working. Just hoping the sim stays stable.
127.45 for American 2802.
52 miles out. Our speed at 270 for now, until we get closer to 10,000, at which point we'll have to drop to 250 or below. My plan is to enter the pattern with a left downwind, and we'll turn left base. It helps with the mental gymnastics that the airport is at sea level, to be sure. Yeah, at 49 miles out now and 15,200 feet, so our altitude is perfect, just about. So we'll slow to, or shallow our descent rate to 2,000 feet per minute.
United 729er is at flight level 185, descending 10,000 feet.
Clouds look stunning.
American 2028, you are 68 miles.
Running an RTX, NVIDIA RTX 3080 graphics card, in case anybody wants to know.
Right approach via
And graphics settings are at high end.
clear to ARCHI.
Setting now to 3,100
100
feet at 2,000 feet per minute. 46 miles out, 14,000 feet. 272 knots indicated. Winds aloft coming at us at 15 knots. My goodness, is there a lot of traffic.
American 2028. Generic 4 Alpha Charlie. Contact NorCal approach on 127.4.
4 Alpha Charlie, it's another simmer. Hello, 4 Alpha Charlie. Let's go ahead and zoom in on our MFD, take it down to 20.
127.4.
Just stay stable for me, baby. Coming in over Antioch. Hoping this works, man. 12,400 feet. We'll slow to 265. Oh boy. Nerve-wracking. Showing us just 40 miles. 40 miles from the airport now. 40 miles from Napa. Haven't been to Napa in a while. Love Napa. Love Sonoma and Napa. Wine country. So 260. Check our showcase view. Stunning. Just stunning. Now, all that could fuck this up would be a CTD, which I'm not ruling out. Actually see the San Francisco Bay out there. Berkeley out there somewhere. Closing in on 10,000 feet, we'll slow to 255. And then to 250. We're 36 miles out, 10,200 feet. We'll shallow our descent rate to 1,600 feet per minute.
Cessna Tree, Bravo Whiskey. Contact Oakland Center on 119.475. Good day.
19475 for whiskey.
119.475 for Cessna Tree, Bravo.
Now
Whiskey.
contact Oakland Center.
Oakland Center, Cessna November, Tree 4, Tree Bravo.
All right,
Whiskey
friends,
is
33
passing
miles out, 9,300 feet. We'll shallow our descent rate to
3,100
1,400 feet per minute. Slow to 245.
Cessna November, Tree 4 Tree, Bravo Whiskey, Oakland Center, altimeter Tree 0.1 tree, continue as planned.
Altimeter's unchanged. 3013. That's Mount Diablo. That looks fantastic. Good grief. Clouds look phenomenal.
Delta 8842, contact Oakland Center on 127.45.
Delta 8842. We'll have to look that up later on FlightAware. 30 miles out now, 8,300 feet. Shallow our descent rate even more to 1,000 feet per minute and slow to 240.
Going to 127.45 Delta 8842. Cessna Tree, Bravo Whiskey, contact Oakland Center on 127.8.
Good grief. Another handoff.
Good day.
Going to 127.8 Cessna Tree.
Contact
Bravo
Oakland
Whiskey.
Center. They're just going to hand us off to CTAF in a minute anyway, so why bother
Is passing 7,900
with
feet,
going
descending
IFR? Look at the wind
3,100
turbines.
feet.
That's
Cessna
awesome.
November, Tree 4 Tree, Bravo Whiskey, Oakland Center, altimeter Tree 0.1 tree, continue as planned.
Beautiful. All right, slow to 235. 26 miles out, 7,500 feet. Just perfect. Showcase view. Interesting. I don't know why I'm getting the HUD when I'm in showcase view, but anyway, let's take a screenshot, huh? All right, back inside. All right, we're gonna slow to 225 now. Start slowing us down here.
Landing gear.
23 miles out, 6,900 feet. Our deceleration should deal with our altitude issues. Basically, though, by bringing us down to 3,100 feet, that's, I don't know. I mean, that's where you'd expect to be at 10 miles out, so see how this goes. 22 miles out now. 6,500 feet, just perfect on our altitude. Get our landing lights on. All right, well, get ready. Gonna switch over to nav mode. Sync our heading. Switch from nav mode to heading mode. Synced our heading. So we'll maintain this course until we get into the pattern. Fantastic. Really fantastic. Altitude looks good. Shallow water descent rate slightly to 700 feet per minute. Let's load it to 215. As we close in here on Napa. If we need to extend our downwind, we will. We can. I would expect us, assuming no CTDs, to get a handoff to CTAF here in a second. Make sure there's no unacknowledged transmissions. No, we look good. "15 miles out, we'll slow to 210 and increase our descent rate once more to 1,000 feet per minute.
Good day.
The perils of non-autopilot managed descents. Just 15 miles out. We want to be at 4,500 feet at 15 miles. We're at 4,900. That's fine. I have landed at Napa once in this sim.
Bravo Whiskey Airport is at your 12 o'clock, 15 miles. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Report runway in sight.
Down to 2,000. We'll report runway in sight.
You are
Kilo
64
Whiskey.
miles northwest. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway tree 0 right approach.
Come on already. Let me acknowledge transmission. Okay, we'll
Descend and
slow to
maintain
200.
2,000 feet, Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey Airport is 13 miles at your 12 o'clock. Maintain present heading and altitude. Report runway in sight.
I wonder if it'll give me an opportunity to report the runway in sight. Interesting. I don't know. We'll see.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
We will find out here,
Visual
friends,
runway tree
shortly.
0 right approach.
You can see what I meant in terms of entering a left downwind. We're just going to go like this. Mind this terrain, like that. We're going to go this, boom, like that. That's the plan anyway, okay, friends? God knows, I don't know. Never landed at Napa in real life.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey. Did you hear my last
Whoops,
transmission?
sorry. You keep telling me the same thing, so...
Maintain present
Oh,
heading
report
and
runway in sight.
altitude,
Okay, I'll just
Cessna
tell her
Tree
it's in
Bravo
sight.
Whiskey.
So they leave me
Oakland
alone.
Center Air Canada 744.
Okay, I get the other people to shut up.
15,800 feet, descending
Slow.
0,000 feet.
195. And then 190.
Air
See if-
Canada 744, Oakland Center altimeter 30.15. Continue as planned.
Wait, runway in sight. Come on, there we go.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey has the runway in sight.
I'm looking for it. It's out there
Cessna Tree
somewhere.
Bravo Whiskey. You are 8 miles east of Napa. Turn right heading 270. Contact
Right.
Napa Tower on 118.7.
Oh, there's a tower? Well, it's not in real life, there isn't. Okay, we'll contact the tower.
Turn right heading 270. Tower on 118.
Shallow our descent rate at this
Cessna
point,
Tree
okay? Because
Bravo
we're going to have an
Whiskey.
extended downwind. I don't want to have them escort me right to the ground. Contact tower. Napa Tower.
Napa Tower, Cessna November, Tree 4 Tree Bravo.
All right,
Whiskey,
friends.
6 miles east. Inbound
Basically,
visual runway,
pattern
19
altitude.
right approach.
Cessna November 34
Zoom in.
Bravo Whiskey Napa Tower. Altimeter 30.15, wind 187 at 9er.
Yep.
Cleared visual runway 19er right approach.
Good. All right. Cleared for the approach. Fantastic. So we're going to turn our heading bug. Oh, let's acknowledge that.
Cleared visual runway 19er right approach. Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
Okay, so we're going to turn downwind right now, okay? 2,500 feet. Just doing fine, fine, fine. Keep turning. Remember, we know that the runway heading is 190, so we're going to turn to 010 to have a 90-degree right turn. We're downwind. Mind the terrain, just like I
Cessna Tree Bravo
mentioned.
Whiskey, wind 187 at 9er. Cleared to land runway 19er right.
Clear to land, 19 right through Whiskey. Slow to 180.
Landing gear.
Acknowledge landing clearance.
Cleared to land runway
Notch of flaps.
19er right. Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
And then we're going to take this over. Still looking for the damned airport. Okay, we'll slow to 1 7.5. There's the terrain we were talking about. We're well above it. Turning 010 for our downwind. Just making sure we don't... Look at the shadow of the airplane. I just caught a glimpse of it. All right, we are showing 3.7 miles out now. There is terrain ahead, so we're gonna turn base. There was a way to do this faster. Slow to 170. Continue our left turn to base. And then we're just going to set our heading bug at 30 off of the approach course of roughly 190. And we'll increase our descent rate. Not too aggressively. Outside, gear down. Full flaps. And we'll slow us down to our approach speed of 132. And we'll turn left. Airport is just off. All right, friends, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take us off of autopilot, but we need the runway in sight, and I'm still looking for the damn thing. There it is, autopilot.
Autopilot.
Auto throttle. There we go. There she is. We got full flaps. We got gear down. We got 4 whites on the poppies. So we did a little bit of a wide turn there, but that's okay. Switch to landing view mode. I'd like to switch my MFD down so I could see a little bit better, but I can't. Anyway, I know already that we're gonna basically fly the length or roll out the length of the runway and hang a left. All right, we're good. I see 4 whites still on the poppies, so we're high, a little bit high. Don't want to stall us here. Should get the 500 call out, nicely lined up, but still high. 1 mile final. Little crosswind, about 1 o'clock.
500.
There's the call out, continue. Little left to center line here, friends. But we're gonna fix it. Little left rudder. Still got 4 white poppies, but that's okay. They should start to turn here in just a second. Here we go. 19 right, confirmed. Put her down. Spoilers are up. Reversers are on. I would have loved to have made that first turn, but at 70 knots, not an option. Well, friends, welcome to Napa. Now let's zoom in on the MFD. I just had my hands full so much. This wasn't an option. I'm on it. Well, that was exciting. That was a fun, exciting, challenging flight. Here's our turn right here onto the taxiway. I think it's taxiway Mike, if I looked at the airport chart correctly. It's a big turn.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey contact ground on 121.7.
I don't know about you, friends, but I thought that was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I don't mean I was pretty awesome. I just mean that was fun. Pulse lights off, text lights on, landing lights off. After landing, checklist continues. Spring in the barn doors. Retract the flaps. All right, honey, I'm acknowledging.
Going to 121
Napa ground, taxi to parking. Flaps.
Cessna November, tree 4 tree, Bravo Whiskey taxi. to General Aviation Parking via taxiway Alpha Charlie Hotel Juliet.
All right, I shall. Am I going to get ribbons? Still no ribbons. I wonder what that's all about. I tell you, you never know what's going to happen in this sim. But if it doesn't involve a CTD, then call me happy. I just don't know where to park. That's the only other issue. Let's go ahead and stop our timer. Got a pretty good wind, actually. It's kicked up now, 10 knots. 32 minutes. Fun. Well, I guess I'll just park in the area that looks sort of like parking. I wonder why I'm not getting ribbons, though. That's kind of weird. Well, anyway, welcome to Napa. It might be because of my assistance settings. They seem to be changing at random, and amongst the various factors that you can, or the various things you can control with the assistance settings, is AIATC, which wasn't working, and taxi ribbons. So I'm guessing that might be part of it. So now it's just a question of where do you think we ought to park? And I guess I'll just park us over here by the where these planes are. All I can tell you is that this, if we succeed, represents the second CTD-free flight since we rolled back the drivers. If you saw my last video, you're aware of the disaster that befell so many of us. There appears to be a vehicle headed straight at us who's going to be on the losing end of this. Yes, sorry about that. Geez. Where do you think they want us? I don't see any marshalers or anybody else that they... Maybe that's something like that? I don't know. Let's just go park over there. What do you say? Happy to see jet traffic. Local time, 5:25. Make a right turn here. And then we'll swing left. And yeah, we're just going to have to, I guess where we're supposed to park. I wonder about that. If you don't use taxi ribbons, how are you ever supposed to know where to park? You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll just park right here. All right, friends. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on this fun flight. This is where we're going to park. This person's like, "What are you doing, sir?" That looks plausible. All right, friends, parking brake. Back inside, acknowledge that. Beautiful, beautiful October evening here in the Bay Area. And we'll kill our right engine. Kill our pedostatics. Already dealt with our timer. Kill our final lights. Acknowledge these remaining alarms. And it's not going to shut us down, I suspect, when we kill this left engine. So let's see what happens. Oh, it did. Huh, what do you know? Anyway, KMMH, Kilo Mike Mike Hotel from Mammoth Yosemite to KAPC, Napa, California, on a beautiful 32-minute, 6-second flight. Thank you so much for joining us. We're always happy to have anybody follow along with the ongoing adventures of November 343 Bravo Whiskey. And I am very happy, and I'm going to go celebrate with a beer, inasmuch as we have a second flight without a crash desktop. I will show you, I did run Little Navimap, or whatever you call it, on this flight, and there we are. there's our flight. You can see our whole journey here across the United States since we started in Key West. But here's today's, this is our flight last time from Roseburg, RBG, down to KMMH. And then this is our flight today from KMMH direct. No SIDS, no stars, right over Stockton, as I mentioned. And Buchanan Field, KCCR. And then here was our approach. And you see, we were a little off on our downwind was good. Our base was fine, I guess, but then we kind of overshot it just a bit. But in any case, we managed, and it's happy day as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, like I said, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see where we head next. Have a great weekend.